Okay, it's recording now. So hello everyone.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
We're good. We're gonna get this done. So for this video, us three, we're gonna talk about the 4 movies we have been watching, as well as the techniques that has been used. So the first movie, Battleship, I think camera angles and editing techniques were a huge part of it.
Did y'all look at the questions that he told us to talk about for the discussion?
Yeah.
I have them up right now. Right.
Yeah,
so the first question is how they manipulate space.
Right.
So
which
not just the feature films, but more everything that we've seen in the class so far.
So pretty much space, I think camera angles is kind of how they deal with space.
Right.
So in the first movie, they did a lot of close-up shots. I think that's the name for it. For that rotten meat, the worms or whatever things that were on them, and also the captain, when he was looking down physically at those sailors, only the top of their heads could be spotted, which kind of indicating that he's at a higher ranking, kind of I don't know, manipulating them during wartime.
Right.
And then
I think about that scene. Sorry, go ahead. No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead. That scene from Untouchables, two guys walk into the subway station together, and it's basically shows what they're both doing simultaneously. It shows one guy walk up to the top of the stairs,
exactly,
and the other goes down, and he keeps looking up at the clock too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and also I think there were a lot of slow motions involved in that clip, which is manipulation of time, I think.
Right. And even in Casablanca, we don't really know how big the town is itself, but through editing all the shots together and everything like that, kind of gives us that feeling of where they are and how big it really is, especially inside of Rick's cafe.
Yeah.
They're moving around the cafe in every scene, so you're able to kind of understand the space through them editing all those shots together.
I think that's and also that animated clip that we that was in one of the feature films.
The owl, the one with the owl.
Yeah, the missing scarf one. I thought it was really cool. It wasn't necessarily a manipulation of space kind of technique, but I just thought that clip was really well, I don't know, edited. It had a lot of well, I guess narration is big part of it, but also God, what was the word I was looking for? Help me out. Was the I don't know what the word is. So implicit and explicit meanings. So he's literally trying to find his scarf, but he's giving out life.
Right, he's getting life advice for
everything. He's supposed to find his scarf, but instead he's helping people
figure out about themselves, and then he ends up completely just forgetting about the scarf and going back to what he was doing before.
Yeah, I thought that clip was cool.
I mean, it was kind of they kind of manipulated space through that. I mean, he's going through the woods through his entire journey, and then at the very end there, it just like spans out to like the entire universe and like the world and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden it's just like over.
Yeah, the end was like end of universe. Yeah.
Then in Battleship Potemkin, the scene where see the soldiers like invade the town. And you see,
also on that stairs, what was that the scene? What was the place? Oh, Odyssey, not Odyssey. Where the last, where like they were literally firing at civilians, like they were just killing people, and also it was a baby in a stroller in that scene, and also in the clip where the two guys were at the station. Yeah, also that baby stroller thing, I thought it was kind of like similarity.
Right.
Manipulation of space and time. They always do slow motion, like when like it's falling like down. You're like seeing this baby like kind of like smiling, like in the stroller, like he doesn't know like what's going on, but then he's like in great danger. Everybody was firing shots at each other, and it's just that's a quite big comparison.
They're extending they're compressing the time and making it seem like it was a 5-minute event, but really it could have been like 5 seconds. All that.
Exactly. I think that adds in. It gives, And also, what was the last movie we watched?
Oh, Citizen Kane.
Yeah,
Hey, that one. For some reason, I don't see. Casablanca, I think, was my favorite. That's why I remember it so much. I never remember the name
Yeah,
of the
so
movie.
far Casablanca is the one that I can't remember.
So I like that one because that's like that one. That movie doesn't have a typical like hero protagonist. He's more like a
Right.
anti-hero, which I thought it was really interesting. Like your typical main male lead. It's always like charming and rich and comes from a good family, and he's like poor and like rebellious. I don't know, like he doesn't fit in, but like in the end, he's done something. And then Citizen Kane reputation, I think, was that slut. What was his name? Rosebud. I thought that was really interesting, especially like the book just says a lot of it. Let's see. Okay, story plot.
And Citizen Kane, you didn't really know what was happening at one very current moment.
Right.
Yeah, because
since everything was out of
order.
sequence,
Exactly.
You didn't really know where you were.
And you get like so many different like narrators. You don't know who's telling like his story, and then I think also having multiple narrators at like within one film also like you don't know whose words are like I don't know, like most reliable, I guess, who's telling the truth, like they could been all like I don't know, making things up, so you don't really have versus having just one like first person narrator or like just one voice over narrator. It gives like this kind of authority, like he knows everything, like it says in the book, where the characters don't know, and then we might not even know what's happening in the film. And then they mention the word rosebud quite a few times throughout the film, and then I just find that very interesting because that at first, like he was saying that word like on his deathbed, he's like rosebud. He was like literally like mumbling, and nobody like could understand like what he was talking about. And then it's like a flashback when he was younger, and then we learn the meaning of that word, which kind of it's just the whole representation of his childhood. He's like once happy childhood, and then he no longer gets to have it. Like he's like desperately trying to like get a hold of it, but he can't have it. I think by mentioning that word a few times, like that using repetition, like it adds in this seriousness of this whole situation. Like his just kind of helpless or hopeless that his life is a mess. Like he doesn't really know what to do.
I think that one manipulated time the most because it jumped around so many different periods.
It was kind of like...
But it didn't manipulate space quite like the other films did because it didn't have to rely so much on focusing on, a period of time.
Right. And then isn't this the film that uses that one shot? No, that wasn't the name of it. Deep focus. That technique, I think, where saying there were two characters like talking like in a scene, instead of just focusing on the foreground character, like both characters are focused, like in focus, which kind of like is unusual because usually we have like the foreground character talking and the background's just blurry, but this one is like they're both focused, which I think this is like the first film that has actually used this technique quite a lot. It's kind of one of the accomplishments. And then,
so then he also wants to know how, or if we as film critics think genre is useful for writing about a movie.
I mean, I think it is useful because, I mean, in the end, people are going to go see a movie of a genre that they like or that they relate to. So, I mean, you can't really judge a movie based on, like, if there was nothing to base a movie off of or to judge a movie on, or to other movies to compare it to, like, what would you critique? You can't compare a romantic movie to a comedy, Like, there's two different types of movies,
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of think, for like a professional film critic, I guess, sometimes I think that kind of what's the word I'm trying to think of? I think sometimes when they go into a movie with an expectation, like say like a horror movie, for example, they're looking for things that are scary that pop out on the screen.
Yeah.
But
so it basically like sets a bar for them. Like they know what they're gonna get or what they should expect from that movie based on the genre.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that ends up that's the reason that there are genres, so you know what you're getting before you step foot through that theater, before you sit down to watch it.
Sometimes it's unfair to like judge a movie just on its genre.
Right.
Yeah,
I think cross genres nowadays.
Right.
Yeah. Like when you go to a movie or you do like cartoons, you're like, oh, let's go watch a movie, but I don't like thrillers, but it might not be as scary as you think it would be. It might just, it's been listed as a scary movie, but it might has other like genres mixed in. It might be a mystery or like a romantic thriller or something. It's pretty much mixed in.
Yeah, I mean, when movies win awards based on stuff, they're not winning they're all broken into categories, like, best action movie, best drama, best this, best that. And,
I mean, action movie isn't even like listed on the book as one of the 6 major genres. It's like one of the branched out ones.
But when they are winning their awards, they're comparing them to to movies like them. So it's not, You're not comparing apples and oranges.